So, we were in matchmaking, and Sean Shelby actually came up with that fight.
While Yan vs. O'Malley has been rumbling for some time on social media, it came as a surprise to many when the fight was announced, as it's rare for the UFC to put a fighter who's coming off a title shot against another fighter that's ranked outside of the top 10. This speaks volumes to O'Malley's star power, and if he can pull off a win here, it will project modern-day McGregor vibes. Stay tuned in this video, you will see the fighter's prediction of Petr Yan vs. O'Malley. So make sure to watch this video to the end. Now let's get right into the video. This is a win-win situation for Sean, who is 27 years of age and 2 to 3 years away from his prime. After losing to Marlon Vera, which was the result of an injury, O'Malley bounced back with 3 finishes in a row over Thomas Almeida, Chris Moutinho, and Raulian Paiva. This then led to O'Malley's recent fight against number 9 ranked fighter Pedro Munhoz. O'Malley was getting the better of Munhoz, but the fight was stopped due to an accidental eye poke. That all being said, let's not forget how much of a beast Petr Yan is. No Mercy truly lives up to his moniker. He is one of the best boxers in the UFC with lethal kicks and real wrestling ability. Yan's UFC rise has seen him pick up impressive wins over John Dodson, Jimmy Rivera, and Uriah Faber, and stopped Jose Aldo in the 5th round to win the vacant bantamweight title at UFC 251. Yan has been a consistent betting favorite among online sportsbooks throughout his UFC run. He was a -145 favorite against Aljamain Sterling in their first fight. Then after his dominant performance, which ultimately ended being a DQ, after Yan delivered an illegal knee, Yan didn't wait around for an immediate rematch and instead took on another boogeyman of the 134-pound division, Corey Sandhagen. The Sandman was put under immense pressure from start to finish, and this is the fight that O'Malley should be watching to understand the timing and distance that's required to stand and trade with Yan. Ultimately, Yan won that fight against Sandhagen, then rematched Sterling, a fight that was razor close, but ended up losing by a split decision. Clearly, this is a huge test for O'Malley. Certain aspects of his MMA defense, such as grappling, could be tested by Yan. When it comes to striking, Yan loves to let his hands go and mixes that up with the body and head kicks. O'Malley has more power and manages distance better, with less volume, but since this fight is 3 rounds, it could work to his advantage. Yan is used to being in championship-level fights. This time he will need to pick up the pace sooner. Overall, O'Malley has a fantastic opportunity to win by finish due to Yan's traditional fighting style, which suits O'Malley straight right down the middle. That's why I disagree with the odds of him being such a major underdog. However, Yan does have more ways to win this fight and can mix up his striking and grappling more than ever to win a close decision.
Welcome to a special edition of DC and RC. My man Daniel Cormier is out doing Hall of...
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm getting the fight that I wanted and the fight that the people want.
Hey, listen, man, everybody's going to be excited to see this fight. We've been wanting to see you in there with one of the top contenders, trying to get his belt back against Islam Makhachev. We also have Aljamain Sterling, TJ Dillashaw. Now,
yeah, I feel like my last 4 or 5 fights have just been stacked cards, and every time I feel...
The Shuva Show believes the hype. It's been an exhilarating ride so far for Sean O'Malley. In a recent interview on ESPN's DC and RC, O'Malley said, "I'm so excited for this. I almost can't even believe it's real. It's happening." He's obviously the #1 contender right now. He's pretty much 1-to-1 against Aljamain Sterling. He whooped Aljo in the first fight, then he got kind of whooped up in the second fight. But he could be considered the champion. The whole top 5, really. The way Petr beat Jose Aldo was one of my favorite performances of Petr Yan. So going in there and stepping up against a guy like Petr is exciting, it's motivating, and it's the biggest fight in the bantamweight division right now. I think it's bigger than Aljo versus TJ Dillashaw. Sean O'Malley doesn't agree with the betting odds for his upcoming fight against Petr Yan. According to Tipico Sportsbook, O'Malley 15-1 MMA, 7-1 UFC, is a +280 underdog heading into his bout with former bantamweight champion Yan. 16-3 MMA, 8-2 UFC, at UFC 280 on October 22 in Abu Dhabi. Yan marks a big step up in competition for O'Malley, but the 27-year-old thinks being nearly a 3-1 underdog is not an accurate reflection of how he sees the matchup playing out. I think if you ask the smartest guys, the best fighters in the world, what do you guys think?
Yeah, and to be able to not only enjoy your birthday, but the holidays as well. But looking at that fight against Petr, I mean, you're a pretty sizable underdog.
I think if you ask the smartest guys, the best fighters in the world, what do you guys, I kind of get it from other people's perspectives, but you know, I believe I'm better than Petr Yan, and I believe I'm going to go out there and beat it.
And the plan to fight for that title next?
Pretty much. I mean, I don't see it going any other way. I just, there's surgeries, you know, that Cheeto fight's always lingering around. I believe that weight division is the most stacked division in the UFC right now. It's so fun. So we got options. Ideally, I could go out there, knock Petr out, fight.
They're like God. I don't know. It's a tough one. O'Malley said in an interview with helwani. But if you ask the casuals, it's like, oh, Petr is going to smoke him. He's a 3-1 underdog or whatever. I'm a little surprised, but also I kind of get it from other people's perspectives. But I believe I'm better than Petr Yan, and I believe I'm going to go out there and beat his ass. So I guess I am kind of surprised. I'm so excited about this opportunity. I believe Petr will bring the best out in me. I thought Pedro Munhoz was going to. People talk about that fight. Wasn't blah, blah, blah. He didn't hit me once. It wasn't going his way. Let's just say that. But I do think Petr will bring the best out of me, and it's going to be an exciting fight.
And he said that Khabib actually said you're like the real deal and kind of talked about your talent. So what does that mean to hear something like that from Khabib, a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, that's funny you said that. I literally listened to that probably 10 minutes ago, like when I was driving here because I was finishing up that podcast. And yeah, that's cool. I mean, like I said about the high-level fighters, when they talk about me versus Petr, I think high-level fighters see I'm a legit motherfucker. Like, I'm not just fancy and do this crazy shit. I have legitimate skills, and so it was really cool, to be honest. I thought, you know, hearing something like that from Khabib is, you know, he's one of the GOATs, so that was really cool.
Daniel Cormier said former UFC lightweight champion and Hall of Famer Khabib Nurmagomedov had high praise for O'Malley's skills, which the Suga Show appreciates, but thinks is very telling. Like I said about the high-level fighters when they talk about me versus Petr, I think high-level fighters see I'm a legit mother asterisker, O'Malley said. I'm not just fancy and do this crazy asterisk. I have legitimate skills. So it was really cool hearing something like that from Khabib. He's one of the GOATs, so that was really cool. Joe Rogan discusses Petr Yan vs. O'Malley.
Sugar Sean's special.
He is.
I think he's special. He's special with his intelligence. He's special with his ability to land things. You know, when I first met him, I was talking to him, was like, you don't have a background in traditional martial arts? Because you see him throw kicks, you would assume, oh, this kid was like a karate champion or something. Nope. Learned everything all at once.
I feel like Khabib is the best read on fights and fighters. His fucking IQ when it comes to fighters. When he was in the hall getting inducted, they asked him how good was O'Malley. Like, we was in there, it was me, DC Ali was backstage, and Khabib was like, Sean O'Malley is that guy. And if Khabib said that.
Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on the post notification. Thanks for watching.